So next we're going to have the Alameda County Supervisors race. It's going to be Nate Miley and Jenna Steen. Round of applause for both of them coming up. So thank you guys. Thank you all for being here. So next is the Supervisors race. We have Honorable Nate Miley here from Alameda County. And then we have Jennifer Steen, running for District 4, Supervisor. So again, the rules, 2-minute opening statements from each of you. 1 minute for questions. You get 3 questions each, 1 minute response, and 1 minute closing. So Jenna Steen, we'll start with you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I appreciate being invited to interview with you all today on this rainy Friday night. It's my pleasure to serve the county already in several capacities. I've been on the Eden Mac in our unincorporated community for 4 years, and I was actually appointed by our incumbent. It's always good to have trust in our elected officials. I also have been serving for 3 years on the Alameda Health System Board, 2 years as the Secretary Treasurer, 1 as the Chair of the Finance Committee, and last year as the Vice President of the Board. And the Alameda Health System serves our county by managing and directing the 4 county hospitals, has 318 nursing home beds in its care, several clinics, and has a $1.4 billion operating budget separate from the county. So it's been a great honor to be a public health nurse and psychiatric registered nurse that works at the bedside and also has administrative experience serving our county public health system. In addition to that, I look forward to serving the county as supervisor because the county body is the body that actually manages and governs our public health system, our mental health system, social services, the housing and homelessness services that our county residents either receive or don't, whether or not housing is built, and also our criminal legal system is managed and governed in the county body. As a psychiatric registered nurse, it has been my duty for my 14-year career to make sure that people who have needs, social needs, just like what the county is obligated to provide, is the care that I've been providing. So I have a unique set of skills and expertise that the county body is currently in need of. And we've seen what it looks like in our county. In the last year, the poverty rate has increased by 9%, which means we need to be providing more care. Our unhoused population has doubled from more than 4,000 in 2017 to almost 10,000 now. And I'm honored to be here tonight.
Good evening, everyone. It's good to be here. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Some of you already know, but I've been a resident of Oakland for more than 40 years. I came here when I finished law school from the University of Maryland School of Law. I came as a Jesuit volunteer, working in the communities of Oakland, knocking on doors, trying to organize folks so they can make City Hall more responsive. That was my orientation to Oakland and to communities. And through that experience, I've gathered a lot of support, and over the years, ultimately, I got to be elected to the Oakland City Council, and then ultimately the county supervisor. So I've been around for a while doing a lot of good stuff. That's some of my background. Now, in addition, I'm running again for re-election because when I was elected in 2020, I didn't realize that Supervisor Haggerty would be retiring, and quite frankly, none of us knew that our dear Supervisor Wilma Chan and Richard Valle would be passing away. So we've lost 3 supervisors since I was reelected. And then the 4th one, Supervisor Carson, is now going to retire. I think it's important that we continue to have continuity, seasoned experience, someone who has relationships not just here in this county, throughout the community, but throughout the entire Bay Area. And I serve on a number of regional bodies, the Metropolitan Transportation Commission, the Bay Area Housing Finance Authority, the Bay Area Air Quality Management District, et cetera. So that, I think, is extremely important. Then there are many things that I want to continue to do. Work, prioritizing mental health, making sure our neighborhoods are safe, working on homelessness, working on affordable housing, working on social equity and reparations, working on all those issues, delivering quality services to the unincorporated area. I don't do all this myself. I have a great staff that help me to deliver the type of services and the quality that we all deserve here in Alameda County. Thank you.
All right, first
what District 4 is?
Oh,
What-
right.
Yeah.
District 4 is, if you could say that, it's Oakland, and it's unincorporated area of Ashland, right?
Ashland, Cherryland, Fairview, Hayward Acres, and Castro Valley,
Okay, thank you.
and Pleasanton,
Oh, yeah.
and about half of Oakland. It's a huge portion.
Kevin?
It looks like the Oakland A's are moving to Las Vegas, unfortunately. I'm not sure what the county's ownership is now. And could you talk about what your hopes are for the future?
Nate?
Yeah. First of all, it's a third of Oakland, and it doesn't include Hayward Acres. You got to know your facts. Secondly, the A's are probably going to be leaving. I hope the African American Sports and Entertainment Group gets to take over the entire complex in terms of getting the half that the county is selling to the Oakland A's. They're going to be paying us another $45 million. You know, having been served on the Oakland City Council, on the Board of Supervisors, and on the Joint Powers Authority, I understand that it's very difficult to try to deal with sports teams and to deliver safety net services. So that's why I've been pushing to get the county out of the sports business. And I'm successful in doing that. The A's are paying the county $85 million. We'll be receiving the other $45 million by May. That's money that we can put into safety net services and other things, from mental health to homelessness to addressing law and order and things of that nature, delivering services throughout the county. So that's where we presently stand. I've tried not to badmouth the A's because there's always a possibility we can get an expansion team down the road.
Same question.
Yeah, I appreciate the question because we've lost all of our sports teams. The Warriors are gone, the Raiders are gone, the A's are gone. But the county has lost ownership of the Coliseum, and that deal was structured while the incumbent was part of the negotiating team. And losing that ownership means we cannot now redevelop the site with our control. Having a negotiating agreement in place, and the A's have not come to the table. I actually think that we need fresh leadership because the A's don't respect who's at the table today. If they did, we'd already be in development. We have to have a different kind of business acumen because when the deal was struck, there was no community benefits agreement. There was also no conditions to force the A's to come back and help us make sure that we continue to have revenue. We lost tons of tourist dollars, tons of tax dollars, tons of hotel revenue. We need ongoing funds so we can provide social services. But that was not a part of the deal. That's a problem.
Next question. Thank you. Keep your clap if you want. Next question. Yes.
I have a more granular question. So I'm the father of an 8-year-old, and we love East Bay. We live here in Hayward. What I haven't been able to do for the last couple of years is go to Jack London Square and park my car. I want to be able to get my son to understand that Jack London Square is a very beautiful area of Hayward that everyone deserves to be a part of. How can I assure him that in the next voting cycle, we'll be able to revisit that area as we did in the past?
I think that's a great question. You know, so Jack London Square, you mean Oakland, right?
Yes.
Yes, Jack London Square is beautiful. Sometimes I encourage people to take public transit, but you shouldn't be forced to make that decision because you're afraid your window is going to get bipped. Everybody should be able to move freely about the Bay Area. And I think one of the things we have to do, we just heard about, I don't know if you saw the news, the Oakland ceasefire program. The statistics have proven that violence prevention investments prevent crime and can make our community safer. The county has a violence prevention program that was developed in 2005 that was never invested in. And that's another failure of leadership. In order for us to make sure all of Alameda County is safe, including Oakland, Jack London, the area by Lake Merritt, all of Oakland, especially by the airport where people are coming in and out with their luggage in their cars, everybody should feel safe. We have to invest in violence prevention measures. Some of that includes social services and ensuring that police can do their job. We need mental health professionals responding to social crisis.
The violence prevention blueprint came in under my leadership. The county presently is putting $5 million into violence prevention. In order to make our community safe, you need prevention, which is upstream, you need intervention, and you need law enforcement. We need to back our law enforcement agencies, particularly when they are doing their work professionally and constitutionally. We need to ensure that we have sufficient services to intervene, and we need to have upstream. I've worked hard. The thing is, we don't control what happens in Oakland, but I've met with the police chiefs, the FBI, the Marshal Services, and others to try to look at how we can support Oakland, because crime is not just happening in Oakland, it's throughout the entire area. Try to address retail theft, home invasions, things of that nature. We need to look at this comprehensively. We need to have more police officers because they serve as a deterrent. Some people don't think that, but they do serve as a deterrent. So it's just not one thing, it's a formula: intervention, prevention, and enforcement.
Looking at your history, what are you proudest of?
There's so many things, but one thing I'm very proud of, in 2004, I led the effort to have the county move forward with Measure A, Central Health Care Measure, raises $100 million for health care. We've probably raised about $2 billion since that time. I also pushed the ordinance that became a national model for drugs to be the responsibility of the pharmaceutical industry to take those drugs back under extended producer responsibility. I've worked hard to put forth a comprehensive violence prevention plan that the county adopted, because for a long time the county didn't believe in violence prevention. I pushed that through. I've done quality services in the unincorporated area, putting together the MACs, Fairview MAC, the Eden Area MAC, also working on the Eden Area Livability Initiative, of which we've grown leadership. This is one person. It came out of some of the work I've done, because I encourage leadership. I can't do it all on my own. I want to have grassroots leadership. I want to have community leadership. Those are some of the things I'm very proud of. My Eden Voice, we supported that group to make that happen.
Do I get to answer that?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right. You know, I think that I'm very proud of many things. As a parent who's also an empty nester, it's been my extreme pleasure to raise children to become good citizens. As a nurse, it's been my great honor to work with people who have severe and persistent mental illness, because they absolutely need and deserve care. And it came upon me that some of my clients were going to be unhoused. Their home was going to close. They were going to be evicted. I helped to save 41 beds from being closed. And after that, partnered with supervisors in San Francisco to write 2 pieces of legislation that voters said yes to. One expanded and made more comprehensive mental health care in San Francisco. The other was an excessive CEO income tax that taxed the difference between the lowest paid and highest paid workers, and is now raising $170 million annually. So making sure that we have positive improvement in our community is something that I've done, and I look forward to continue doing. In addition to that, I'm extremely proud of my service on the Health System Board, managing our $1.4 billion budget.
There's 3 questions, so 1 minute closing. Let's start, Justine.
Eyes open. Should I go last?
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate and value the time to be here. The Hayward Democratic Club's endorsed me in the past. I really would appreciate your endorsement again. You know, I'm running because I still have a very strong passion for public service. I've got seasoned, proven, successful track record leadership as a county supervisor, as an elected official, going back to my time on the city council. I've pushed some novel and some significant legislation. I want to continue to work and deliver those type of services as a county supervisor, as the president of the Board of Supervisors. You ask yourself, why do I have the endorsement of the Attorney General Rob Bonta? Why do I have the endorsement of this labor union here? Why do I have the endorsement of SEIU 10-1? Why do I have the endorsement of CNA, the California Nurses Association? Why do I have all these endorsements? Because they recognize the quality of services that I've delivered, the attentiveness I give, the transparency that I have, and my willingness to continue to serve and deliver services to all of you and others in this county. Thank you so very much.
Well, I thank you all again for having me tonight. Endorsements matter, and every Democratic club that has endorsed in this race so far has only endorsed one candidate. That's me, including the Castro Valley Democratic Club, Stonewall Democratic Club, Harvey Milk Democratic Club, many others. Every community group that's endorsed in this race has also endorsed only one person, and that's me. Because our community is recognizing that we need improvement, we need change, we need different kind of investment for our future so that we can be safer going forward than we are today. We know what kind of leadership we've had. We've had the kind of leadership that gives us grand plans and slow implementation. We've had the kind of leadership that has allowed 73 people to die in our county jail and no implementation of sheriff oversight. It is high time for us to have active, energetic leadership that will bring us into the future. We love continuity, absolutely.
Time.
Thank you.
Thank you,